Okay. All right, kiddos. So we are actually going on a field trip today. Like for reals. We're going on a field trip. So today's class, we got to pretend we're in our little Mac bus. Okay, I'll be driving. Does someone else want to drive? Drive. Okay, well we have two drivers. This bus has three drivers. It's Mila, Sophia, and Sylvia. All right, so hold on to the wheel, and we're all gonna drive to our field trip.
I'm a driver.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy drivers! Oh my gosh, this is just I'm getting seasick. Oh my goodness! Too bad you just went through a red light. Oh my goodness! All right, I think we're there. All right, it's time to get out. The door is stuck. Come on, Bowden. The door is stuck. There we go. Bowden got the door.
I threw it.
Kids are coming out of the windows because we can't get out. Everyone out the windows.
I threw the door open.
All right, so now,
Out the window.
so now we are standing outside
Marianne,
of Sylvia.
the window.
Yeah, so we're all standing outside of Sylvia White's house, and we're ready to knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock. Come in.
Yay! And we're all entering inside of Sylvia's house because her mom, Sarah, is a fiber artist. That's what she does. Fiber art. So we're gonna now move on over. I'm gonna make spotlight you if that's okay. So we all see you.
Hi.
And we are gonna take a tour, and I'm gonna pass it over to Sarah. So Sarah, go ahead.
Oh, hi, first grade. I'm Sarah. I'm Sylvia's mom. I know some of you, but not all of you. And today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my studio that happens to be in my house so that I can actually be in it and show you a bunch of different weaving stuff. I weave all the time for my work. I love weaving and I love yarn. I'm wondering if my camera might be a little blurry. I'm just gonna clean that off quickly so you can see better. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here. This loom, which probably looks really familiar to you guys. It's a lot like the looms that you set up to do your weaving for these projects. This is my small tapestry loom, and it has a weaving that I'm working on right now. And then instead of bringing the yarn through with my hands, I use these things that are called stick shuttles, and I can load the yarn onto there, and it makes it really easy to go through all of the warp yarns. I just wanted to show you a couple of other random little tapestry weavings that I've done just playing with different yarn. Yeah, Sylvia loves this one because it has this sparkly ribbon in it. It's fun to weave with all different types of materials. But I love the looms that you guys are using. They're great. I like color a lot, so I have lots of yarn. A lot of it's in buckets in my storage room. But this is called pearl cotton. It's all different types of cotton, and you can buy big cones of it. And then some yarn comes like this. Some yarn comes in skeins, which I don't have out right now. But I want to show you too just some other fabric. This has got a lot of rainbow sparkle in it. I weave all the time. I teach weaving, and then I also weave for books and some magazines. The fabric here, it's all on a huge floor loom. So looms can look very different. This loom doesn't have any yarn on it right now, but I sit in this bench, and on the floor, there's a bunch of pedals that you are called treadles. And when I push one, it makes different harnesses go up and down. So instead of having to move every yarn up and down on its own, the loom can do it for me. And this is another type of loom. It's called a rigid heddle loom. This is a little sample from a class that I was teaching. I like those little looms. They're super fun. I have a couple more looms I'm going to show you. There are looms everywhere down here. This loom is another rigid heddle loom, and it's called a cricket because it kind of looks like a little cricket when you see it from the side. It even has a little cricket sticker on it. And then there's another loom set up. I've been working on this piece. I'm gonna weave a baby blanket, but I needed to experiment with the colors first because the first one I made, it didn't look so good. So I'm trying again. This is some other fun fabric. This fabric has
Ooh,
wire in it.
that's beautiful.
Thanks. It's very fun to weave with all different types of strange materials. And then
Well,
sometimes,
that one right there, would you hang that on the wall, or what would you use that for?
yes, I have on the back, there's little pockets with magnets in it. And
Oh,
then I put dowels in the wall that are painted metallic, and they have magnets too, so it can hang up.
so are most of your weavings like for the wall, or what do you use them for?
I have a bunch that are for the wall and also installations, but
Oh,
I also, this is a book that I wrote about weaving, and I weave a lot of garments. So these are all like different projects, let's see, that you can wear.
wow.
And it teaches people how to make them.
That's
And
amazing.
sometimes Sylvia puts them on her head.
Everyone's rainbow.
Yeah. So watch out.
Everything's rainbow, I mean.
And then here, this piece I wove, it's a scarf, and it just came out recently in a magazine. So you can see it on a model.
Wow.
And then this is another piece that will go in a magazine that's going to be a bag. This is the strap, but I haven't sewn it yet, so I'm not going to pick it up because it'll just come unfolded.
I think Bowden has a question for you.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Yes, tell me, because I can't see anybody else.
Hold on, let me oh, we have a couple questions here. Well, so kiddos, do you think she should keep on going and then have the questions at the end, or is this a question that relates to something that Sarah just talked about? Okay, it looks, okay. Sophia, looks like she has something very
Can you
pressing
make
about.
weaving anything?
Out of anything? You know what? I like to weave with anything that comes in a really long length. So can I show you something that kind of answers that question? I'm going to show you some funny materials that I like to weave with that aren't yarn. I have them up on my shelf. I'll show them to you. So up here, I have fishing line and tons of different colored wire. And this is even colorful fishing line, the green and the yellow, and other thick wire as well. And I've had some people take, have you ever seen a cassette tape?
I have.
Yeah. People will pull that out and weave with it. So anything that comes in a long length, you can weave it.
That was an excellent question.
Yeah.
Bowden, do you had a questions? Did you want to ask something?
Hi, Bowden.
Hold on, honey. I'm trying to unmute you. There you go, honey.
Like about that, but like I have a little like loom for bracelet making. Like I have a little like bracelet making kit. Like
Yes.
like you can make bracelets out of it.
Oh, does it have a lot of little pegs on it? Yeah.
It's rubber band.
It's a
Oh,
rainbow loom.
That's so cool. I haven't used that one. I like that. How fun.
Yeah, those are fun.
It's kind of easy.
You can get glow in the dark rubber bands and weave with it too, which is always fun.
Ooh.
Where do you get the?
Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joanne Fabric. You can get them online too. We have another question over here from Sophia.
I used rainbow yarn and pink yarn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it came out really cool.
Yeah, I like that rainbow yarn. Sometimes it's called variegated yarn too, and it makes weaving so fun.
Mhm. You don't have to change the colors if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions, or can we continue our tour? Oh, Mila. Hold on, honey. I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead, sweetheart.
I made this like coaster with rainbow.
Oh, great. I'm trying to see where you are. Oh, there you are. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, here, hold on, honey. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you honey. I did that all. Let me cancel the spotlight for a second. And there we go. Now, can you see her? And I can. There we go. So, Mila, when you made that, did you use the cardboard loom, or did you use the loom right there to the right?
I used the loom to the right.
Fantastic. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
You want to pick something else?
Okay, I'm going to go back on over and spotlight Sarah. Sarah, I'm just curious, those big machines with the pedals,
Yes.
how do you load the yarn onto that? Like where do you put how do you start that? Like
So I'll grab one more thing. We're going into the messy zone.
I think we all have a messy zone in
Again?
our house.
Yeah. So this thing here, with all these little pegs coming off of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's called a warping board, and you wind all of your warp yarn onto that, and then you have to pull all the yarn through this. That's called the reed. And then once it's through the reed, then you pull the yarns again through all of these metal things that are called heddles.
Wow.
And that's where you make all the pattern.
How long does
then-
that take to do that?
That takes, depending on how wide it is, it can take quite a while. It's much slower.
That's a
than the
lot
other
of work.
looms. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And those, I'll show you a reed from a floor loom that's not in the loom so you can see it better. There's lots of little slots that you can pull the yarn through, and they come in different sizes. And then they have different ones too for the different styles of looms. So those are for my smaller looms. And all the tools for those looms. This thing is very handy, helps you wind your yarn. And then more supplies. I think that's all my weaving
Wow. So
stuff.
do you put the yarn by hand through that? Like is that all done by hand?
Yes, it's all done by hand.
Wow.
I use these small tools. I can show them to you. these hooks help. This is called a reed hook or a heddle hook, depending on what type of loom you're threading. But yeah, all by hand.
Wow, that takes a lot of patience.
Yes, it definitely does. But
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So fun.
Well, that's awesome. That is so great. I love that. Does anyone have any questions for Sarah? Oh, Mila, go ahead, honey.
When you were showing like the bag, I'm actually making a bag right now.
Oh, great. Yeah, you can make a lot of panels and sew them together, huh? Great idea.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Bowden, you have your hand up, honey. Oh, hold on. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Like once you get started, like once like you first like you didn't once you first even like know the thing and you get started, it gets boring. But once you like get in the middle of it, it can get like really it can like get to addiction. You like get addicted to it.
That's how I feel. Sometimes it can feel a little boring, but then when you get into it and you see all the colors changing, you just want to see what's going to happen next, huh?
Basically, you just like want to do more.
That's great.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah, I find weaving is very relaxing on an airplane. It's something that I really enjoy doing
Yeah.
on an airplane.
I
Oh,
should.
we got-
I should do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, with one of your big looms.
Right.
Oh, excuse me, just coming through. My 6-foot loom.
Yeah.
All right, Joaquin, you have a question, honey.
The first day we were weaving, I finished this.
Whoa! That looks like a
Oh,
Harry
the-
Potter scarf.
I agree.